Got to remember to record stuff when I think of doing it. My wife has a laptop table that one of those ones where the legs sort of fold up in different directions so it can sit over you, and the outside edge of one of the clips split right through here and here on both sides, so it had come loose and meant that the hinge was basically popping out sideways. What I've done so far is a thing that Tim Sway showed, where you basically do plastic welding using a soldering iron. So I've already done one lot where I've welded some of this in, and I've sanded it back a bit just to take off the sharp bits that you get left with the soldering iron. But I've just reheated this. I want to add a little bit more in, and I just use black plastic twist tie. If you sit that over where the crack needs to get replaced or refilled, just get your soldering iron and just melt along the, now this was a long split, this one, so I'm just going to go back to where the crack stopped. Get rid of my bit of twist tie, and then just use the soldering iron to melt this over. And you try and get it pushed into the split and spread it out either side of the split as well. You're trying to get it to basically melt in with the plastic of the part. Now that, come around the other side, try and get it in the right spot. Just get that melted on. Don't hit your fingers. So like, I've already done this bit, but I'm just wanting to add a little bit more plastic because it's a really thin wall and I want to strengthen it up a little bit. Having said that, I can't really leave this all thick. Use the soldering iron to smooth it out as much as you can. So it doesn't look too bad from the side. Smooth this one out a bit more. It's had time to cool a little bit, so I can run over it again to smooth it out. And before leaving the soldering iron sit there like that for too long, a little wet cloth to just wipe off that plastic so it doesn't stink up the room too much. Once that's had time to cool, let's see if I can get that bit of light. So it's not pretty to look at, but once that's had time to cool a bit, I'm going to put the sandpaper down. I don't want to sand that back too far because I want it to retain the strength in the joint. And now I can reassemble this and it's back to holding in place. So get the other half of the hinge in So I can see that's stopping that little bit there, so I'm just going to get a little knife, clean that out. Doesn't need much, just make that angle 90 degrees again, both sides. Yeah, that's back in. Grab the screw. So this hinge is back to functioning and adjustable again. So I'm just tight. I don't want to go buying a brand new one straight away. If we can fix this, we'll see how long this lasts, and if it lasts, then it's good. If it doesn't, then we'll look at replacing the whole thing.